नीति नामिनी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगन रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगगन ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम हरे कृष्ण. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we have successfully finished 17 slokas in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the three modes of material nature. So for those who are joining for the first time, so I'm going to cover all the slokas from different chapters, so you won't feel that you are missing something. This Bhagavad Gita itself should be understood as a book, complete subject basically, starting from first chapter onwards to everything should be studied again and again. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is actually, this is Bhagavad Gita means the song of God. So Krishna is actually teaching us the complete knowledge in this Bhagavad Gita. So he says that in the 7th chapter, Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yata Nyasasi Tachhu. So Asamsayam means without any doubt, Samagram Ma means completely about myself, how to know about myself. You hear from me, that's what Krishna is teaching. So that way, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, he is giving us the knowledge about himself so that we can fall in love with him and actually go to Krishna's well, Golok. We should not be going after everything in this material world. We should be actually seeking to go to the place where everything is permanent. So, and Krishna also is saying many times in Bhagavad Gita that if we go to his place, we are not going to come back here. Wherever we go, we will come back to this material world, this earth. So, whereas if we go to Krishna's well, we are not going to come back here. So this entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving us the knowledge, teaching us the knowledge to reach him, basically. To reach his abode. So that means we have to qualify ourselves to go to Krishna as well. Then only we can go there. So the qualification. So here also, even in this material way, some countries, they have some point systems to go there, or some countries have some other requirements to meet so that you can reach there. So like that, to reach Krishna as well, so there are certain qualifications. So that qualification is actually to free ourselves from the three modes of nature. We are now controlled by the modes of nature. We are not free right now. So that way we are not ready to go to Krishna as well. So that means we are not allowed to go to Krishna as well. So we are all Jiva Bhutas. Jiva Bhutas, this material world is known as Jiva Loka. So that's what Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita. In the 15th chapter, Krishna is teaching us that Mamaivamse Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Manasastani Indriyani Prakritistani Karsati. So Mamaivamse Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta. So Krishna is using the word Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So we are the Jiva Bhuta. Even in the 7th chapter, 5th sloka also Krishna used the word Jiva Bhuta. So apareyam itastvanya prakritim viddime param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat. Jiva bhutam. So we are actually jiva bhuta, and Krishna is telling Arjuna that they are of my nature. This jiva bhuta are of my amsa, my nature, but they are struggling hard in this material world. So this is known as jiva loka. This material world is jiva loka, and they are struggling, suffering in this material world with 6 senses, which include the mind. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So Mamaivamse Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatanaga Manasastani Indriyani Prakristani Karsati. So we are struggling, we are suffering. So that is the point we need to understand. Krishna is very clearly telling us that Manasastani Indriyani Prakristani Karsati. So now how we can actually end this struggle, bring an end to this struggle. Death is not an answer. If we die, we are not going to be freed from this struggle. The problem is that if we die, we are going to take birth again. Whatever way we die. If a person even commits suicide, or if a person dies natural death, or whatever way we die, we are going to take another body. So death is not an answer to solve this struggle in this material world. So jatasya ki dhruvo mrityugu dhruvam janma mritasya. So when a person is born, is sure to die. Similarly, when a person dies, is sure to born again. It's very scientific. It's very scientific because we are all changing our bodies in this life itself. So it's not very difficult for us to understand that after we die, we will take another body. It's not at all difficult to understand. Because even in this life itself, we are changing our body. Always our body is changing. So it's not the same body. Our body is changing actually. The body what we had as a child and the body what we are having now, it's all totally different body. So it's not at all difficult for us to understand that at the time of death, we can change another body. We can start with a new cell in mother's womb, and then it will split. So then all these things will form, our nervous system will form, our heart will form, and all the organs in our body will form. So then when it matures, then we will get delivered to this well. So then it grows, and then we think that we are this body. We think that we identify everything, and we identify everything in this material body, everything, all the in this material world. So that way we will find all kinds of relationships in this material world, and we foolishly think that this is what is permanent, and that way we will actually spend all our time, all our efforts, all our energy, everything in only maintaining our body in this material world, which is going to get old, which is going to get deteriorate, and which is going to die. All such things are going to happen to our body. So we need to understand the purpose of life. That's what is very important. If you don't understand the goal of our life, the purpose of our life, so then we will be actually losing this opportunity. We will be wasting this life. If you don't know the goal of our life, we will be wasting this human life. Especially this human body is so precious. It's very rare to get it. And when we get it, we need to fully utilize this human body only to realize ourselves and understand that we are not the body, we are the soul. And we should actually use this life to actually free ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature, so that we can get qualified to go to Krishna's well. So that means we can, instead of being a Jiva Bhuta, we can actually become a Brahma Bhuta. So Brahma Bhuta, if we go to that status of Brahma Bhuta, so then we don't have to come to this well. So that means we can go to Krishna's well. So that's what is called Brahma Bhuta. So Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. So we need to become the happiest person by getting ourselves elevated ourselves to Brahma Bhuta. So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is teaching us how to become a Brahma Bhuta, how to control our mind, how to focus our mind, control our mind, how to make our mind as our best friend, and then make use of this life to go to Krishna's way. So the soul is going to leave this body and the soul is going to get another birth. But we don't want to take birth in this material way, and we should take birth in Krishna's way. So in Goloka, that's what is very important. So for that, we need to be freed from all the modes of nature, all the three modes of nature. Then only we can go to Krishna's way. And the only way we can free ourselves from the three modes of material nature is just by rendering devotional service unto Krishna. Out of love and devotion, nothing else. There is no other way to actually free ourselves from these modes of nature. That is the only way. Without any deviation. All the time. All the time we need to work only for the satisfaction of Krishna. Tasmat asaktaga satatam karyam karma samacharan asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purusha. So, one should perform. Therefore, tasmat asaktaga satatam karyam karma samacharan. So, all the activities you perform without any attachment. Tasmat asaktaga satatam karyam karma samacharan. Asaktohi acharan karma paramapnoti purusakam. So if you are not attached, asaktohi, if you are not attached and if you perform our duties without any attachment, asaktohi acharan karma, so then we are going to get Krishna, paramapnoti purusaka. We will reach the supreme destination. That's what is going to happen. If we are able to do all our activities without any attachment to the results, so without ourselves getting disturbed by the results, so then we are going to reach Krishna. That opportunity has come to us now. This is a really very, very rare opportunity for us to actually detach ourselves from this material world and completely attach ourselves to Krishna, and so that we can actually remember Krishna at the time of death and we can go to Krishna. There is no point in simply wasting our time like watching all the things happening in this world. Everything is actually useless. All these things, they are not going to help us when we leave this body. Nobody is going to help us. Nobody can even help themselves. Everyone is helpless. That's what is very important. No one can help anyone. Everyone is helpless in this material world. So only we can take help from Krishna. Only Krishna can help us. That's what is very important. Or Krishna's devotees can help us by giving us this knowledge. So we are getting this knowledge. This is the real help. This is the real help. What we are getting is actually this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So if you use this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, if you follow exactly what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to actually transcend the modes of material nature. We won't be controlled by any mode of nature at that point of time. And everything will be taken care very nicely by Krishna. And we will not be forced to suffer. We will not be forced to work. We will not be bound to this material world when we actually take shelter into this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That's what is very important. Idam jnanam upashitya mamasa dharmyam agata. That's what we studied in this chapter in the second sloka. In the 14th chapter, in the second sloka, Krishna said that if we take shelter into this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will become like Krishna. We will go to Krishna. Mamasa dharmyam agata. So then we don't have to come to this material world at all. That is the effect of knowing this Bhagavad Gita. We go to school, colleges and study and a lot of degrees, we get degrees and then we think that they are all going to help us. But they are all going to help us to only maintain this body. But if we study this Bhagavad Gita along with all other studies, if we study this Bhagavad Gita, if we become master of this king of science, the Raja Vidya, the king of knowledge, so then actually we are actually going to go to Krishna as well. That's what is the achievement. This, if we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, that will be the end result. So we can attain the spiritual kingdom. We can go to Krishna as well. So that is the effect of studying this Bhagavad Gita. Idam jnanam upashitya mamasa dharmyam agata. So that way we need to, our goal is actually to study Bhagavad Gita, understand it fully and go to Krishna's will. And we need to deliver this knowledge to others, share this knowledge to everyone and make everyone devotees of Krishna. So that way everyone else also can be saved from this material world. Because all are suffering in this material world. Everyone who has got this body, material body, they are all suffering. No one is happy. If you think that somebody who is really very rich, that person is really very lucky or very happy, all such things, that means we are not thinking rightly. That means we don't know anything. Because simply money cannot bring anything in this world. It cannot bring peace of mind. With money, we can get a lot of material things, but what is the use? They also have to die. Even if a person is very rich, even if a person can live in a palace, even if a person has got all kinds of material enjoyments, but at the end, he also has to die. That is the main thing. So we simply cannot say that, okay, it's okay for me to die, but let me enjoy now. So that is foolishness. We need to realize, we need to understand that we have to die. So how are we going to stop dying? Stop this death? Of course, no one can stop this death in this world right now, this life. We are all going to die. No one can stop it. We know that. Our science can never ever solve this problem. If we think that with our science, with our modern science, with our all understanding, technology and everything, we can find a solution for this problem, this death, then we will be totally wrong. It is not going to be possible at all. We are going to die. Everyone is going to die. But we can prevent taking birth again in this material world. We can stop. We can stop this nonsense, this cycle, this repeated birth, old age, disease, and death. We can bring an end to this. We can stop this nonsense. So that is in our hands. That we can do that. We study Bhagavad Gita, understand Bhagavad Gita, follow Bhagavad Gita, become a devotee of Krishna and serve Krishna and do everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. So then we can bring an end to this misery, which is happening life after life after life. We are suffering, struggling, taking birth in this world and dying. This is keep on happening. So this life right now is the chance for us to actually use this Bhagavad Gita knowledge and surrender unto Krishna and free ourselves from this material bondage. So this is a real opportunity what we have got. We need to make use of it. We need to make use of this opportunity. That's what we are doing it. That's what we are studying Bhagavad Gita every day. We are understanding all the slokas. And now in the 14th chapter, we are understanding about the three modes of material nature. We already studied so many slokas. We finished 17 slokas in the 14th chapter. And Krishna taught us very, very clearly about how each mode of nature is produced and what is the effect of each mode of nature. Where will we go when we die in each mode of nature? And what is the end result? All such things we are studying. We are studying at length. We are understanding very clearly. Sattvam sukhe sanjayati rajaka karmani bharata jnanam avrityatu tamaha ajnanam. So this tamoguna brings us ignorance, whereas sattvam sukhe sanjayati rajaka karmani bharata. So the rajoguna binds ones to karma, work. So we are forced to work. When we are controlled by the Rajoguna, we are forced to work in this material way. So that way, Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly that we should be freed from all these three modes of material nature. And that is going to be possible. In this chapter, we are going to study. At the end, Krishna is going to say that is going to be possible only when we actually surrender unto Krishna and we render devotional service unto Krishna. That is the only way we can free ourselves from these three modes of material nature. Only by surrendering unto me, you can free yourselves from the three modes of material nature. That's what Krishna is saying. So in the 14th chapter, we studied actually 17 slokas. In the 17th sloka, what we studied yesterday, Krishna said that Sattvat sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobayevacha pramada mohau tamaso ajna bhavato ajnanam yevacha. So Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. So with the Sattva Guna, what is going to be produced? Jnanam, knowledge. So that is from the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, Krishna is teaching us that greed develops. So Rajaso Lobha Yevacha. pramada mohau tamaso bhavato jnanam ajnanam bhavato ajnanam. So from the tamoguna, ajnanam, ignorance develops. There is foolishness, madness and illusion. So from the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, greed develops. And from the mode of ignorance, develop foolishness, madness and illusion. So now Krishna is teaching in the 18th sloka what we are studying today. Krishna is teaching us very clearly. Urdvam gacchanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasaha jaganya guna vrittistha adho gacchanti tamashaha. Adho gacchanti tamasaha. Urdvam gacchanti sattvastha. Urdva. Urdva means we go upwards. That's what urdvam. Urdvam gacchanti sattva. Mayeva mana adatsva mayi buddhim nivesayega nivasisyasi mayeva ata urdvam nasamsayega. That's what Krishna used the word urdvam. In the 12th chapter we studied. So you fix your mind upon me, you focus your intelligence upon me. So by doing so, you will be actually get elevated. Ata urdvam nasamsayega. So there is no doubt that you will be elevated. So that's what Krishna is teaching here, that urdvam gacchanti sattvastha. Here we will go to higher planets. So higher, still material planets. But if we think about Krishna all the time, if we fix our mind upon Krishna, if we focus our intelligence on Krishna, we are going to free from ourselves from all the material wells and we'll go to Krishna's well. But here, if we are in the Sattva Guna, we will go to the higher level material planets, like heavenly planets, but still material well. Heavenly planets, but still material well. So, Urdvam Gacchanti Sattvastha. But if we are in the Rajoguna, then we will be in this earthly planets. So this is Madhya Loka. So this earth is a Madhya Loka. So Madhya Tishtanti Rajasa. So we will be in the Madhya Loka, in the earthly planets. So we know that Rajaka Karmani Bharata. So this Rajoguna binds wants to work. That's why in this material world we are seeing everybody is very passionate. Everybody is running after doing a lot of work. Everybody is working like all the time, even night. Now with our technology, with our invention, we are putting lights. These days we don't even go to bed early. So people work a lot. So this is all karma. This is all Rajoguna. So Madhya Tishtanti Rajasa. Jahanya Guna Vrittistha Adho Gacchanti Tamasa. So when this Tamoguna increases, so what is going to happen? So Adho Gacchanti Tamasa. So we'll go to the hellish planets. Adho Gacchanti. So below the earth, there is Atala, Vitala, Patala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala. So there are all hellish planets are there. So we will go down to hellish planets. That's what Adho Gacchanti Tamasa. That's what Krishna also is teaching in the 16th chapter. Asurim yonim apanna mudaga janmani mama prapeva kaunteya tato yanti adamam gatim. Adamam gatim, ado gati. So that's what ado gacchanti tamasa. So if we are in the mode of ignorance, we will fall down into the hellish planets. If we are in the mode of goodness, we will be elevated to the heavenly planets. But if we are in the mode of passion, we are going to be coming back to this earthly planets. But if we are freed from the three modes of material nature, we will go to Krishna as well, Goloka. So that's what is very important. So we should not be controlled by the modes of nature. We should free ourselves from the modes of nature. So those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets. And those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish wells. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 18 in the 14th chapter, Hare Krishna. So now, in order to elevate ourselves to Krishna's well, Golokam, not to come back to this material well again. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra.